All right, hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing video of Alaria TCG Initiation Booster Pack number 2. I'm really excited for this one. This one came in a little bit ago, but we were away on a trip. So now we're going to be doing an unboxing. So I'm really excited to see how the cards turned out. So let's go ahead and open this and take a look, check it out. Now let's see. Now I feel like I always struggle opening these, so we'll see if I can get this opened, no problem. All right. So as always, this is the back of the cards. Now they will have the UV protection on the cards, which I personally really like, actually, and they give the cards a nice sheen look to them. All right, Sword of the Bleak. Wow, this turned out really well. So I'll try to go slow. Go ahead and pause it if you want to read the description, but I'll try to go as slow as I can. All right. There we go. Lorraine's Restoration, very nice. Now you notice this is 3 stars here at the bottom, so this means this is a rare card. So 1 star means common, 2 is uncommon, 3 is rare, and 4 is legendary. The 3 stars, that means you can only have 2 of these in your deck. You can have 4 1 stars, 3 2 stars, 2 3 stars, and 1 4 star card in your deck. The details turned out really well, so I'm so happy and pleased. All right, here we go. Sengwar's Minor Siphon. As far as these spells go, this tells you what class of spell it is and then what type. So this is a dark spell, and the type is blood magic. The type of school of magic it is. So as you see, this is the cost. So this will cost 3 power, and then you'll roll, and you can choose, and you roll, and if your roll qualifies for one of these, you choose which one you want to qualify for. In the game, if you decide if you qualify for, like, at least if you roll like a 6 or something, you qualify for this one, but you want to do the 12, you can put the spell at the bottom of your spell book or your deck and choose not to play it, but it doesn't go in the graveyard. It only goes in the graveyard when you actually play an ability for the spell. The power is 4. And if you haven't already, check out the rule. I made a video a little bit ago explaining all the rules. It goes over the entire rule book and how it works. Keep an eye out. I will be making a gameplay video. I'll actually be doing some footage here fairly soon. So I wanted to wait till this came in so then we can play with, I guess, different kind of decks, or we'll have more variety of cards that you guys will be able to see. So I'm really excited for that. So stay tuned. All right, Merc Scout Creature. Very nice. So it's a 0 cost. So usually at the beginning of your turn, when everything starts off, you don't have any power accrued. So the only type of summons you can play is a 0 cost summons. So you want to make sure you have those in your deck. And the numbers, as mentioned in a previous video, that's how. So if I successfully attack and I break through their defense, meaning I roll my dice and I add its attack modifier. And if they defend and they add their defense modifier, what that will do is if I beat them, I can choose to activate an ability. And these numbers is how much power I use to activate their ability. So as you see here, he has an ability that doesn't cost any power to play. He has one that's 2 and one that's 5. What R means, it's a retaliation ability. It means you play that in response to your opponent doing something. So that's not something you play on your turn. That's what R means. M, next to some of these numbers, you may see an M or a C. M just means it's a melee type ability. For example, like Spear Thrust or Heal Slash. Those aren't spells. Those are like melee attacks. So that's what it means. If you see a C, it means cast. And we'll see one of those cards here in a second. And it doesn't change the cost. That only matters if you have a spell or an effect, something that pertains to those kind of abilities. So for example, if you have a card that says any melee abilities get negated by 1 damage or whatever, so if it had an M, then it would apply to that. But if it was a C, it wouldn't apply. Same type of thing here. You have melee or cast, depending on the type of creature or summons that you have. So it'll be a melee cast score or a defense evade score. So same concept there. All right, let's see. Alpha Werewolf Beast. This is one of the tough creatures. Really, really powerful. As you can see here, the modifiers is kind of, let's see. Yep. The image turned out really nice. I'm really pleased with that. All right, this is one that seemed to be a favorite for a few people. This is a Sabermouth Cub Beast. I had a lot of fun making this. I did make a speed art of that video, so take a look at it if you have not already. This is a 0 cost card. To shards, again, you'll see it's a metal class type spell, and the type of spell is a manipulation spell. Here's a rare card, Jumping Sparks. It's a lightning spell and it's considered a bolt spell. Doesn't cost you anything, but you roll and you'll apply that damage. It's another card that we have a speed art video out for, Restful Meditation. Now this is the first continuous spell that we have, and what that does is when out on your field you have 2 spell zone slots, and when you play a spell on your turn, that takes up one of your spell zone slots. With a continuous spell, it'll take up one of those slots until it gets removed. And in this case, this spell, it doesn't have any ability roll. You just pay the cost and its effect takes place. So basically when you're playing, you'll pay the cost, place that in one of your spell slots. It says at the beginning of your turn, you may roll a die. If you roll at least a 10, you may gain 2 extra power points. After successfully playing the effect 3 times, exile Restful Meditation. So once its ability and its effect gets played successfully 3 times, then it's gone. So that's just a particular effect with this continuous spell. All right, here we go. Novice Sarconis. This is one of my favorite arts. It seems to be one of the most popular too, which I'm happy about. Now this is what I was talking about. See, she has a melee staff thrust ability, but her Arcane Bolt and Arcane Dome and Arcane Blast, those are casting type abilities. You'll see here she doesn't do melee. She's more of a caster, so hence why it says cast. And she has defense. Rather than evade, it'll say defense. And she costs 4. And she gives you 3 power. Now this power, again, what this is used in the game is if you want to accrue more power, if you have her in your hand or any other spell for that matter, you can choose as an action, because you have only 3 actions max you can play in your turn, you can choose to sacrifice them. And if you sacrifice them, you accrue power equal to the power of the card. So this card's power is 3. Now, it is risky to do that to a summons that you have in your hand. You can't do it for summons in play, but you can in your hand. But it is risky because, again, you only have 5 summons, and once they're all defeated, you lose the game. So you want to play that. I guess you want to be wise in how you do that. As far as the spells, it's not as risky, but you may want to use the ability. So it's up to you. It's really, you really got to resource manage your power and figure out how you're going to play it. You don't want to just play all of your high power cost abilities, because it won't leave you with any ability to pay any cost for spells, or if a summons gets defeated, you have to pay the cost of another summons, and if you can't do that, then you lose the game as well. So you won't be able just to play all of your high abilities every single turn. So you got to be smart about it. Thumproot, did a lore video on this one. It's a fun card. Ember Scorch, it's another damage spell. This one was a lot of fun to do. Took a while, but I was really pleased how the art turned out. Psionic Stupor. Target opponent cannot play a retaliation ability. It's a cast, so it's not a counter, so it's a spell you play on your turn, and that prevents a card from playing a retaliation ability. So that's helpful. Magician's Negate. This is an uncommon card. It allows you to negate the effects of a counter spell. So not a spell, but a counter spell. I guess this is kind of like you can counter a counter. It's kind of cool. And this is the big guy in this booster pack. The strongest card, Morgath the Terrible. Now, I'm not going to, not every major card is going to be a dragon, but I thought it was fitting, especially with the way the Alarian lore kind of worked out. I thought it was fitting that we would have another dragon here, and who doesn't like dragons, right? Tribal Orc Warrior. He's got 3 abilities: Savage Punch, Axe Chop, Berserker Rage. So don't mess with him. The Paratuber. It's kind of a mid-power card. Or mid-power card, yeah. But he's got some fun abilities. He can parry. And he has a couple options of what you can do. So, really nice. And his stats is basically more in defense. Arcane Dome. This is a good counter spell. Love the art on that one. That one's one of my favorites. So there you go, you guys. I hope you like this unboxing video. I really like how they did the pack turnout. Now, it's tough on video or pictures because of the glare and stuff, but I was really pleased how they did it. And I mentioned this in my last unboxing. I don't know what the GameCrafter did, but I feel like they upped their ante as far as the borders, because whenever I open these packs now, the borders seem pretty aligned as opposed to before where sometimes they were offset by like 1/8 of an inch. Definitely noticeable. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Keep an eye out for those gameplay videos that I will be doing soon. Now I have a question for you. Let me know, what card was your favorite? And if you were to play with a deck, because again, a booster pack already gives you a playable deck, which ones do you think you like more? I'm just curious. Do you like the booster pack number 2, or do you like the booster pack number 1? But out of this one, which one was your favorite? Thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time.